8 cars, 8 laps the distance in the first qualifying heat, brought to you by Creative Edge Signs and Graphics with Kyle Patrick, Jim Hoopinen on the front row in this one. Passing points will determine those that transfer into tonight's A main event. So if you pass a lot of cars in this, you're going to have a good chance at starting near the front or go into the redraw. Green flag in the air, and we are underway in the first qualifying heat.
Boy, there's some good cars in this first heat race. Derek Jonathan making it 4 wide and taking over 4th spot there in the first corner.
Dykstra diving down low, trying to catch up to the back end. The 97 of Corey Turner. Meanwhile, at the front, the Tilbury Tornado. Kyle Patrick leading the way over Jim Hoopinen.
Dave Dykstra took away 4th from Derek Jonathan. Now Jonathan takes it back up front, Hoopinen to the inside on Patrick. Can't get the slide job done that time, and Patrick leads lap number 2.
Patrick getting the challenge from the inside line by Jim Hoopinen. Here comes the Red Rocket at the bottom side, but Patrick wound up top. They'll go into corner number 3, side by side.
Good race between a pair of veterans at the front of this field. Hoopinen to the inside, gets a good run out of corner 4, and he'll briefly take the lead in corners 1 and 2. We'll see if he can make the move stick down the backstretch.
A little smoke coming out of the back end of the 97 of Corey Turner. We'll keep an eye on that. Probably nothing at this point. The car seems underpowered, but we will keep an eye on the 97 of Corey Turner.
So Patrick losing some passing points there as Hoopinen picks up a spot on him. Jonathan sliding up high in corner 4. Here comes Styres trying to take away the 5th spot.
And 2 guys I thought that would move up a lot further in this qualifying heat haven't. Mitch Brown and Glenn Styres. Glenn has gotten by 3 cars, but Mitch Brown's still stuck back there in that 7th spot.
And making a few moves there for Styres may get him up into the redraw for passing points. It won't get him the Top Gun award, that's for sure, as Hoopinen leads with 2 to go.
Down the back stretch goes the Red Rocket, Jim Hoopinen. He'll sail it through 3 and off of corner 4. The white flag in the air. One more trip around for Jim Hoopinen.
Patrick about to feel some heat here from Corey Turner, but as I say that, Patrick gets a good run through 1 and 2 and pulls away just a bit as Brown and Styres go at it for the 5th spot.
Checkers go in the air. Creative Edge Signs and Graphics Heat 1 goes to Jim Hoopinen. Kyle Patrick second, then it's Corey Turner, Dave Dykstra. Mitch Brown with a nice move at the very end there. Gets by Glenn Styres and into 5th. Then it's Styres, Jonathan, and Jamie Turner. So there's your winner of Creative Edge Signs and Graphics Heat Race number 1 out of Fenwick, Ontario. It's the Red Rocket, Jim Hoopinen. Second qualifying heat ready to come out onto the speedway. This one brought to you by Insta Insulation. Starting on the pole out of Oakland, the Bradshaw Fuels Weekend Speedway 47X, it'll be Dylan Westbrook. Lining up to the outside out of Six Nations in the Town Line Variety, Iroquois, Hereford Farms, Bank of Montreal, Tony Stewart Racing, 77X, the 6th heat. 6 cars, Dylan Westbrook, Alex Hill. These 2 have grown up through the micro sprint ranks. Now in full-size 360 sprint cars. To the next generation on the front row for this one. A lot of talent right there as they come to the green flag.
And Westbrook gets a good start there, pulls away from Hill, who's got the wing all the way forward there, looking for some straight line speed in the 77X.
Down the backstretch they go. Dylan Westbrook breaking away from the pack with Alex Hill there in second. Here comes Dane-O-Mite. Dane Nida gets around Mikey Krutchka. Now trying the fast way around the 77X of Alex Hill.
Nida looked very racy in hot laps, but now he gets pinched off in corner 2, and that allows Krutchka to get at the inside, trying to get that 3rd spot away.
Off of corner 4, Dylan Westbrook will lead lap number 2. Alex Hill remains in second. Dane Nida in that 3rd spot, trying to get around the 77X and gain some more passing points.
Boy, Ryan Turner in the 91s had a couple of top 5s to start the season, but he is having all kinds of trouble right now, right at the tail of this field, and looking very loose in that 91 car.
Dylan Westbrook increasing his advantage as he leads down the backstretch. Alex Hill is straightaway behind with Dane Nida in 3rd. Mikey Krutchka holding on to the 4th spot.
Nida still looking for a way around his teammate Hill in the 77X. Nida again to the top side, Hill in the middle, and Nida cannot get a good run out of corner 2.
Coming off of corner number 4, Dylan Westbrook will lead lap 5, 3 to go. Here comes Nida. He'll look low on the 77X of Alex Hill and try and make the run.
Westbrook running in the high 14-second bracket. Everybody else in the low 15-second bracket as Westbrook continues to pull away here with 2 to go. Nida finally maybe has the 2nd spot away from Hill.
Hill back to third. Krutchka running that outside line. Now we'll try and get by and move into that third position. As we come down, we'll see the white flag from Kyle McKenzie.
So Krutchka now running to the outside on Hill. White flag is in the air, and Krutchka is going to try to pick up some passing points. He goes down to the low side in corner one, tries to put the slider on Hill now.
Off of corner 4, the checkers will wave here in heat race number 2, brought to you by Instant Insulation. Dylan Westbrook will pick up the win over Dane Nida. Then it's Mikey Krutchka in third. Fourth will go to Alex Hill. Fifth, Ryan Turner. And sixth will be Scott Shirk. So your winner of Instant Insulation heat race number 2 out of Oakland, Ontario. In the Ohsweken Speedway Bradshaw Fuels 47X is Dylan Westbrook. Our third and final qualifying heat brought to you by Strickland's GMC of Brantford. 7 car laps will be the distance. Starting on the pole out of St. Williams in the Norfolk Appliance Repair, Simcoe Bearing, Gales Auto Aftermarket 21J. It's John Burbridge Jr. and to his outside out of Waterdown. In the Mahoney Inspection Services, Stenhouse Signs and Graphics, Regional Tractor Sales 5C is Connor Mahoney.
Tonight, tough break for Gartley. The number 6 was number 1 at the end of hot laps this evening.
Thank you, Clinton Jeffrey, down there in the infield. As we come to the green flag, the final qualifying heat. This one brought to you by Strickland's GMC.
Here we go, Burbridge and Mahoney on the front row. Good start there for Burbridge, but now here comes Hendricks making it 3 wide in corner 1 and 2.
Down the backstretch they go, side by side, Burbridge and Mahoney. Mahoney's got the advantage going through 3, running that middle groove, comes off of 4, he'll lead the lap.
So Mahoney's got the lead here. Burbridge back to second. Here comes Hendricks again, trying to take that spot away. Jake Brown, the points leader, running 4th right now and looking to get around those top 3.
Mahoney, your leader. Hendricks in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Burbridge, but here comes the point leader. The Little Ben 110 of Jake Brown. Works it through that middle groove. A little bit of a bump there, and he looks to make it 3 wide down the backstretch. Thinks better of it.
Boy, there didn't look to be enough room there, and Jake Brown finally agreed and backed off just a bit as they continue to run 2 wide for that 2nd spot. Now Hendricks has it over Burbridge, who now sees some heat from Brown on the inside.
Connor Mahoney leading the way, coming to the cross flags. 4 in, 4 to go, says Kyle McKenzie. Connor Mahoney will lead the lap. Tyler Hendricks in 2nd. Now put Jake Brown into 3rd.
Connor Mahoney looking for his first heat race win of the season in that 5C car. Has a good lead over Hendricks right now. Hendricks got a heat race win last week and looked pretty strong doing it.
5 laps go on the board. 3 to go for Connor Mahoney, who's having a good run here. Tyler Hendricks has looked very stout so far in 2016 as well, sitting in that 2nd spot.
So Hendricks has 2nd. 3rd is Jake Brown, who goes down to the inside looking for some bite in the Little Ben 110. Then it's Lyons, Burbridge, and Winger rounding out the top 6.
Down the backstretch they go, and coming to the white flag. One more trip around for the youngster Connor Mahoney as he leads in the 5C.
Hendricks might be eating into that lead just a bit, but he's running out of time here. Just one more set of corners left to try to get it done, and he's nowhere near catching Mahoney.
Down to the checkered flag, and the winner of Strickland's heat race number 3 is Connor Mahoney. Tyler Hendricks will come home 2nd, then it's Jake Brown, Steve Lyons, Lee Winger, and John Burbridge Jr. So there's your winner of Strickland's heat race number 3, Connor Mahoney in the 5C. That concludes qualifying for the Cool Kids Corpac Sprint Cars. Up next, we've got the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Division will compete in the infield oval.
Craig, if I can have just a minute here, just want to mention everybody, hope you're trying out the new menu. We want to welcome everybody here from Grolsch, who is here serving the non-alcoholic
Cars. Strickland's GMC Pace Truck pulls into the infield. The cars will take back to their formation of going 2 by 2. They'll come to the white flag from starter Kyle McKenzie. Back in formation they get. The Lone Wolf Fireworks smoke will clear. Kyle McKenzie throws the white flag. Next time by, we're going green flag racing, 20 laps of distance in tonight's A-Main. 2x2, 11 rows of beautifully prepared sprint cars ready to come to life. Dylan Westbrook, Dynamite, Dane Nida on the front row. Kyle McKenzie's got the double green flags in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show. Well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation as we bring to you our feature presentation.
Here we go. The young driver on the pole, the veteran on the outside of the front row. Into turn one, they go the first time. And Westbrook comes out with the early lead, but here comes Nida on the outside.
Yeah, Dane Nida on that outside line. He is overdue for a victory here at Ohsweken Speedway. Said he likes it a little bit dry. He'll take the top spot as he goes by lap number one.
And right now running the middle groove right through that little bit of rough stuff was Nida. And here comes Krutchka to the inside on Westbrook. He'll look for the second spot.
Mikey Krutchka pinned down to that inside line, gets a little loose off of four, trying to get the run on Dylan Westbrook. We got Dane Knight at the front, Dylan Westbrook second, Krutchka in third, then it's Hoopin into Patrick.
Styres up into the sixth spot now, gets a good run over to corner two. Up front, Westbrook reeling Nida back in, had a good run in corner three and four, but now is falling back again.
Nida leads lap number three. Westbrook is right there. Here comes Hoopin and working to the outside of Krutchka. Krutchka goes right back by into third.
So Krutchka and Hoopin and the Niagara drivers going at it there as Nida continues to lead. Westbrook not able to gain much on him so far. Krutchka on the bottom side. Westbrook kind of a lane down from the cushion. Nida right around the outside in the 17X.
Off of corner number four they work. Dane Knight, your leader. Westbrook in second. Then it's Krutchka, Hoopinen, and Styres and Patrick going at it side by side.
Yeah, Styres just put a big slider on Patrick. Patrick returns the favor in turns one and two. And Styres now will try to return that favor in three and four. He'll do it again here.
The battle in now for the second spot. Mikey Krutchka working that inside line on Dylan Westbrook. He'll slip by the 47X and now will set his sights on the leader, Dane Nida.
Krutchka, his first night here in quite a while, and now Westbrook fights to the inside, gets sideways and spins it around. He'll try to keep it going, does at least a 720 there. And he will keep it going, but Hendricks stopped to avoid. And we'll see if they give Westbrook his spot back there.
Seven in, 13 to go. Dane Nida, the leader, but feeling a lot of pressure from Mikey Krutchka in his first race back in 2016 here at Ohsweken, looking very strong. And that password protection car number 01.
So that caution started because Westbrook tried to go to the inside and gain some ground back on Krutchka. Got loose and spun it around a few times. As a result, Hendricks had to spin and come to a stop to avoid Westbrook. So Westbrook kept going, keeps his spot. Hendricks, the recipient of the bad luck, he'll have to start at the tail as the reason for the caution.
Dane Nida, Tommy, I think, is overdue for a victory here at Ohsweken. He's had some really good runs. 50-50 last check was over $500, so make sure you keep buying those tickets. We'll draw that at the end of the Thunderstock feature. Coming back to the green flag, Dane Nida gets on the fun pedal, and we are back underway with Mikey Krutchka and Jim Hoopin in tow. Here comes Krutchka to the inside.
Krutchka takes the lead for the moment, and a hard flip on the front stretch for John Burbridge Jr. Red flag is out immediately.
Tire rolling through the infield. A vicious crash, and Tommy, I didn't catch any of that, just caught the very end.
Yeah, very hard crash. I didn't see what started it. As we see Steve Lyons has come to a stop up in turn two as well, but the concern is for John Burbridge Jr.
Everyone away from the fence. Please do not go down to the fence. You will be removed from the premises. Please go back to your seats.
And they have rolled the car over already, so that's a good sign that the driver is okay down there. Clinton Jeffrey on the scene.
Well, guys, John Burbridge Jr. working his way here out of the car, taking a look around, making sure that he's got his wits about him, just taking a moment to get out, but appears to be A-okay down here. So we'll take a minute here to get John out of the car, and we'll try and get word with him in just a moment. Also, Steve Lyons in the number 9 up at the top side of turn number 1. The other rookie, number 9's also got a problem tonight. He's going to need some help at the top of turn 1 and 2. And we stay here with Burbridge as he works his way out of the 21J. Well, fans, here he comes under his own power, John Burbridge Jr. after a wild wreck here on the front straightaway. John was telling me tonight wouldn't make the whole season. He's busy during cherry season, so getting a horrible look at his ride that looked a lot better a few seconds ago. Well, John, we got you down here. The main thing, I mean, we try not to bug you guys after a wild wreck, but mainly is let your family and crew know back in the pits and the grandstand that you're all right. That's the main thing?
Yeah, we're okay.
What happened, man?
Just felt like something broke and made her go right.
Well, good thing you're on your own power, John Burbridge Jr. back out here.
I'd just like to thank everybody that tried to help me get out here. Norfolk Appliance Repair, Gales Aftermarket Auto, and GW Group.
All right, John, work on getting that one back to you. How about a hand for one of our lower budget guys working hard to get it done? John Burbridge Jr. has got a lot of work here to get this car back in play, as you can see here. All kinds of torn up metal and damage on this machine. And a tough break for one of our lower budget guys, John Burbridge Jr., having a part-time fun season out here.
And Burbridge has been racing here a long time, going back to the Sportsman days, back before we ran Sprint Cars Weekly. Over a decade here for the Burbridge family.
Top the stand. Good to have Kyle here this season. Does a great job waving the flags. He points to that orange cone on the front stretch. Drivers must stay single file on the restart past that orange cone. They cannot touch it. They can't pass below it. If they do, they'll be penalized 2 spots.
Fair amount of feature wins up there in the top 5 represented by those drivers right now. Dane Nida's got 5 here. Mikey Krutchka's got 3. Jim Hoopinen's got 3. Dylan Westbrook, of course, almost went to victory lane on opening night. Then Kyle Patrick also has 5 feature wins. And then, of course, it's Glenn Styres with 27 feature wins. He's starting 6th here as we get set to go again.
Dana White, Dane Nida will set the pace off at corner number 4 as we come back to the green flag here in the St. Main.
So Nida gets a good start, single file past the cone, but Krutchka doesn't let him get too far away as Krutchka then to the bottom side and gets a run out of corner 2.
What a run by Glenn Styres. Just got by 3 cars through corners 1 and 2, using that outside line, put him into the podium position.
So now Nida and Krutchka, if they look up at that scoreboard, they're going to see that 0 has appeared in the top 5, and that's going to have them worried as Nida continues to run the top side. Krutchka falling back a bit now, trying to run the bottom.
Yellow flag is out. I believe we have a car up. Yeah,
it looks like Derek Jonathan maybe has gotten into the wall at the entrance to pit road.
So you see that hay bale to the entrance of the pit area has gone askew, and right in behind those bales you can see a top wing. And we believe it's the 81 of Derek Jonathan, who we don't see on track. So the driver at Lewiston, New York, has gotten up into that bale.
Well, guys, up here in the chute to the pit area in turn number 2, Derek Jonathan has clipped this inside wall going into the pit area. It's actually the Kenchfets on the top side of 2. He's got heavy front end damage and will need a hook from the front end. He will definitely be out of this race. But Derek Jonathan okay here, but he's got the broken front end here, all busted up on the 81 here of Derek Jonathan, guys.
So a tough break for Jonathan, who went to victory lane twice here last year and bypassed the hometown race at Ransomville to come down here and race at Oshwegan tonight. Than it's been over the first couple weeks. There's a bit more grip on that outside groove. Nida is showing it as well, so we'll see what Nida has for Styres if those two ever get up and fight for the lead here. They're both going to be fighting over the same real estate, so it could be slide job city here with 11 laps to go.
White flag comes out. We'll get back on it next time around. You bet Mikey Krutchka's hungry, sitting there in that second spot after shutting down his racing program a couple of years ago. Got back into it. A former Corey Turner chassis is that 01.
Here we go. Green flag in the air. 17X of Nida leads him into turn 1.
Nida, your leader, using that middle groove. Here comes Glenn Styres getting it wound back up in the outside line as they go down the backstretch. Styres trying to get by Krutchka on the outside.
Yeah, Nida dropped to the middle groove there in turns 1 and 2. Interesting to see what he's doing down there. This time again through the middle. Styres to the top side. Krutchka to the inside. 3 distinct grooves through corners 1 and 2.
Well, Dane Nida could see behind him. I bet you he wouldn't be using that middle groove in 1 and 2 because right now Glenn Styres is working into perfection, and he's going to be right there in the back nerve bar in a moment.
Yeah, there's some choppy stuff down there that Nida's gone through. He doesn't get a good run through corner 2 that time. And Krutchka and Styres now 3 wide into corner 3.
Wow, what a daring move. He'll wash all the way up the track. They'll switch it around. Krutchka leads again. Nida back to second. Here comes Styres around the outside.
Boy, what a fight for the lead here. Styres again with a good run out of corner 2, but they're side by side in front of him. Styres dropped to the inside again. A slide job in corners 3 and 4. And Nida will come out with the lead.
Styres can't make it stick, but he's making it interesting. Nida now your leader. Styres to the outside of Krutchka. He'll try and make it 3 wide through the middle, but here comes Krutchka back to the top spot.
Westbrook and Brown reeling those 3 in as well as they continue to go 3 wide here for the lead. Nida has it for the moment, but Krutchka now back into second, and he gets to the inside of Nida in turn 2.
Nida up top, Krutchka on the bottom side. Styres kind of sitting back there in third now as it's Westbrook and Brown going at it side by side for the 4th and 5th position.
Nida better in 3 and 4. Krutchka's better in 1 and 2, but now Styres gets to the outside of him again. And Styres back on the charge, but Brown and Westbrook are reeling in the top 3 again.
Krutchka back to the inside of Nida as they go through corner number 3. Nida working that outside line. 4 to go this time by for Dana White. Dane Nida with Krutchka to the line. How's the top spot?
Traffic's going to be a factor here in a minute as well as Krutchka to the inside again on Nida. Styres with a good run out of turn 2. Westbrook now into this fight as well as they go side by side for the lead into corner 3.
3 laps to go. We got 5 cars all going out. Styres pulls by for the lead now with 3 laps to go. Styres to the top side. Now Nida in the middle. Krutchka on the bottom. Here they go into lap traffic down the backstretch.
Very close there between Krutchka and Nida. Styres almost got up over the edge of 1 and 2. Headed through 3 and 4, but he's got some slower traffic in front of him.
So Styres working that outside line. Krutchka stuck to the bottom as they work through the lap traffic. Gives Styres the lead now with a lap and a half to go. Krutchka working hard on the bottom line.
Krutchka's trying to get around that 43 of Shirk. He can't do it yet. Styres is opening up the lead here with 1 lap to go.
Styres pinched off a little bit there by that lap car. Here comes Styres. He has to back out of it down the backstretch. With half a lap to go, here comes Krutchka down to the inside. They'll work it off of corner 4. Styres switches back. Mikey Krutchka goes to victory lane.
Wow, how about that finish? Krutchka gets the win. Second is Styres. Third is Nida. Fourth will be Westbrook. Fifth will be the number 10 of Mitch Brown. Then it's Kyle Patrick, Corey Turner, Jake Brown, Jim Hoopinen, and Dave Dykstra rounding out the top 10. Mikey Krutchka's first start of the season here at Ohsweken, and he goes to Mobile One victory lane. And we'll send Greg Kellnan down there to talk to him. So Mikey Krutchka steals away what would have been feature win number 28 for Glenn Styres. Instead, it is feature win number 4 for Mikey Krutchka here at Ohsweken Speedway. And he pulls it down into Mobile One victory lane. Greg Kellnan making his way down there. Glenn Styres finishes second here tonight. And Dane Nida on the podium as well.
I'll tell you what, if you didn't find that feature exciting, I'll show you where the exits are, because that was one whale of a 20-lap feature. Let's hear it, folks. Mikey Krutchka is out of the car. Did you like that one? Big hug from Glenn Styres. What a race. My goodness, top three going at it. It looked like Glenn had it wrapped up, and a lap car got in the way. Krutchka works the inside line to perfection, and we'll go to Mobile One victory lane. Let's hear it for Mikey Krutchka. Mikey Krutchka, amazing race and an amazing way to come back to Ohsweken Speedway.
Now that's how you do it right there.
Talk about that race, a lot of back and forth. You were committed to that inside line. Glenn was buzzing on the top, though.
Very much so. Down here, I knew I was better than anybody else that I could see because I would run up on him real good down there. Same groove down here is a different story, so it forced me to move up just out of the slick stuff. And that opened the door for the slider from Glenn, and we were going back and forth. I seen him getting a little trouble down here on 2. And I was just like, he threw 3 heavy sliders on us and blasted it right to the fence. I was like, I'm going to do that, throw it sideways, and make him push me to the victory. And here we are. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Consistently the best place to race A and B on a Friday night. And you guys have proven it every week.
Tough week for you just to get the car ready and to race, and you put a lot of hours into it. This has got to be gratifying.
It's always gratifying, Greg.
Who would you like to thank?
I'd just like to thank Password Protection, Identify Video Services, Best Way Betting, Southern Smoke Truck, and AZ Expediting, and Dalton Incorporated.
Let's hear it for Mikey Krutchka, tonight's A-Main winner for the Cool Kids Core-Pack.
And Dane was right in the middle there. Talk about your night, man.
You know, coming right back from the back like that within, I don't know, 5 or 6 laps, I think it was 7 laps, I knew I had a chance to win it, and I knew lap traffic was going to be a roll, like play a game, get a roll in this, and I tried as hard as I could to get this win for my buddy Logan. He was in this tragic incident on this past week, so I was going to bring it home for him.
Glenn, let's talk about emotional night here on the res, of course. All our Thunderstock drivers are going to head up in the grandstands now. Head up there, guys. They're going to pass the helmet and raise some needed money for a family that's hurting this week. Want to thank everybody for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for coming out, and hope you can support Logan and his family. They're going to be going through some tough times for a long time.
So the Thunderstock field going to come up, pass the helmets quickly, ladies and gentlemen. We ask you to give generously. Dane Nida, the most disappointed guy here at Ohsweken Speedway. Let me hear if you're rooting for Dane here tonight, man. You had one heck of a show, Dane. Mikey and Glenn were battling you hard. I mean, that's what sprint car racing's all about. Dirt racing, 2 different lanes, one guy better than the other at one end of the track. You almost had it, man. Was it good from your seat as it was from ours?
It kind of sucked from my seat.
But at the end,
I mean, it just, you know, I didn't know what to do. I was just struggling coming off the corners. Last week, I would have given anything if I could get 3 or 4 cautions during that feature because my car just felt awesome. And this week, I got the thing so close. We've been on a couple of different surfaces, and the car just feels awesome. I'm just a tick off. I'm trying to fine-tune it. I don't know, but it feels like we're in the hunt all the time now. I'm just disappointed to screw up there at the end. I don't know where I was supposed to be because leading the race, I know Mikey was on the bottom. I look at the scoreboard, and it was, you know, kind of obvious where the 0 car is at, and I'm like, I don't know where the crap to go. You know, I couldn't come off the corner good on the bottom or the top or the middle, but I could get into the corner pretty good, you know, no matter where I went. So, I guess we'll just have to suck it up and take 3rd place.
Solid run, though, Dane. Congrats.
Thank you.
Dane Knight out of Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, drives a long way to be. Here for our top 3, Mikey Krutchka, Glenn Styres, and Dane Nida. Once again, dig deep, please, and give them the helmets. We'll get the Thunderstocks back out here in about 2 minutes to get rolling along.